Welcome to No FOMO Charts YouTube channel. In this channel, I talk about stock charts and technical analysis education. Disclaimer, these videos and charts are for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Please remember to click subscribe and turn on notifications for new videos. Today is Friday, July 3rd, 2020. Let's start with the DJI, the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. Okay, I'm going to go faster in these videos. So I'll only focus on the short-term trend. Short-term trend, the end of June 2020, Q2. Okay, we've been stuck in a trading range over here. The bullish scenario targets, if this becomes a W and the price goes to the upside, the first resistance test would be 27,400. You see that? Next one, 28,315, 28,884. 29,575. Those are the four targets resistance on the top side, upside, if it goes bullish. If we go bearish and we go down, okay, the first support test is right here, 25,000. Draw that. If it breaks down more, 24,000. If it breaks down more, 23,000. We'll just keep it simple at those whole numbers. If we go sideways, we just get stuck here, maybe for another week or two. It's possible. Okay, so we want to see the break of the trading range, either to the upside or the downside, will signal the larger term trend motion on the Dow Jones. Okay. Next, S&P 500. All right, I already drew a little bit of this from a different class. All right, so I drew this third trend line. This is the new one. Why is it here? Because it's hitting support, support, support. Now it's resistance. All right, so there's quite a bit of resistance on S&P 500. Let's look into this. Where's resistance? The first one, the top side here, 3,152. Next resistance, 3,247. Next resistance, 3,332. Then 3,391. Okay, so again, bullish target. It's kind of in a sort of in a consolidation, if you want to think of it like that. Okay, there's two on the top, two on the bottom. So it becomes a trading range. So if it breaks out again right here, okay, it could be the first target. Then we have a gap here. Okay, so that's the second target, third target up there. All right, if that doesn't work out to the upside and we break down on bearish news, okay, 2996 would be a support level. If we break down, maybe in the middle of here, 2,848, that happens a lot, and then 2,758. All right, so those are the support targets. And again, just like Dow Jones, you want to see a clear break. Okay, so should somebody be putting all their risk into the market right now? Probably not. Why? Because we're in a trading range. It's not even going anywhere yet. Okay, it just touched this resistance. I was going to say tested. It just tested this resistance point up here. All right, there's actually two. There's the yellow one, and then there's this one. You see that? So there's like double resistance right there. So we want to watch out for that. And again, it's all about the news. It's all about the psychology and the mindset. We have increasing COVID-19 infections here in the USA and America. Is that good? It's not good for the economy. But again, there's sometimes a disconnect between the psychology, the mentality, people's mindset in stocks and reality. Think of all the bubbles in the stock market. Year 2000, okay? Bitcoin, 2017. The stock market doesn't have to be normal, rational. It could be irrational. It could be not normal. All right. Moving on. Nasdaq Composite Index. Again, like I was saying last time, I delete some of this yellow. Okay, start over. So again, Nasdaq bulls, they love to push the market up to all-time highs. They love it so much. They love doing this. They love doing this. All right, so we have to watch out for that. Again, let's get some support and resistance. I'll do this over again. Live. Here we go. I added this trend line, this new trend line down here. Why? Because it's hitting close enough to this support, close enough support, and then support bounce right here. Now, trend lines are important, okay? The NASDAQ, it's not going to do this in one day. It's impossible. There's circuit breakers in the stock market that will stop it from going down a certain percentage per day, okay? I'm talking about the index. Stocks could crash like that in one day, but the index is not going to do that probably. what's more likely to happen, again, is it's going to retest this trend line. Okay, where is this? 10,000. That's also a psychological number. The next target it could test to downside is 98.41. Okay, then the third one is this top of the yellow, 9,500. Okay, to the upside, targets, I would just put targets every 100 points. So 10,300, 10,400, 10,500, 10,600. Okay, and again, trends go in what I like to call stair patterns. Okay, so upstairs or downstairs. So trend, I'll draw it down here. It's going upstairs. You see that? And then at some point it might go sideways, and then it starts going downstairs. Okay, so you want to focus on that with trend. And then when you draw a trend line, and then when it breaks, then you could draw another resistance trend line. Do you see that? Very simple. But a lot of times what gets in the way of people that I notice and people I try to teach, and even myself, is the emotions. It's the emotions, the mindset, right? It looks scary until you put some support or resistance and trend lines, then it's not so scary anymore, right? There's not so much FOMO. There's not so much fear of missing out. Excuse me. Okay, so support to the downside. All right. I'm going to add one more and then we'll move on. To me, there's one right here. Okay, 9,100 and probably 9,000 as well. All right, moving on. Russell 2000. Okay, from another class, what I did is it's possible here to just kind of fit it into this parallel channel. All right, there's enough in there. So this makes sense too. What do I mean? In terms of there's enough points touching these to put into a channel. All right, so what's happening right now? Russell 2000 is oftentimes a sentiment psychology indicator, meaning if the Russell 2000 starts crashing first, there's a signal there. So the Russell 2000 has been consolidating, all right? Or we can think of it as maybe a little bit of a descending triangle, a little bit, but basically stuck in a range, all right? So topside target for bullish would be break the W, then right here, 1,532, all right? Then 1,600, then 1,700. I'm just giving easy round numbers for people, okay? Now, if it breaks down to the downside, there's actually that support right there, 1,389. Okay, if it breaks down even more, there's a gap right there, 1,293. Stock market loves gaps. 1,260, okay? Another, again, consolidating scenario is it just gets stuck in the triangle and then we explode either way, all right? So we want to watch out for that. I'll just leave that yellow for next time. Okay, VIX, very quickly. All right, so we broke out of this volatility downtrend, okay, and it's bouncing up. Now, I guess if you want to put really, really, strict trend lines, I don't usually do this, but for this example, we could do it like that, right? Just really track it. What I like to do at price, okay, sidebar here. This might help somebody. What I like to do at price in my mind, okay, is contain it. I have this motto, contain the chaos. Contain the price, meaning box the price in. Then you'll see something. Okay, we'll back up here. Actually, this is not a good example. Let's, okay, we can do it here. So meaning contain the price. What do I mean by that? Box in the price from the top and the bottom, from the side to the left and the right. Like if something starts trending right here, okay, right here, what I do is box the price in, meaning get that bottom trend line in. Get the bottom trend line in. Trend lines, I should say. Get the bottom trend lines in. Then, right, box it in like that from the top. Okay? Then when you have a clear break, like right here to the downside, and it fails, there's something meaningful there. Then this is over. Okay? Because some people are trying to think, how do I know when the trend is over? How do I know? Again, when trend lines get broken and then you have a lower low, lower high pattern developing, the trend is over. This is over. This part is over. Okay? It's hard for people to let go of that, even for myself. Right? We're creatures of habit. We want stability, but the stock market is not stable all the time. All right? So let me try and find another example of a horizontal right here. Going back in the VIX, what do I mean by box the price in? Do you see this support level on the bottom? It hits so many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Then you could box it in on the top. Contain these prices. Then you see that? Now it all makes sense. It all makes sense. This is going in around here, bouncing in the triangle, breakout, test, explode up to the upside with volatility. You see that? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. We have to put in the work for the charts. We have to put in the work. It's not random either. A lot of people think it's random. All right? So we'll use the VIX as a lesson for that right now. So what do I like to do before we move on? Just keep this trend line here. See that? It's happening again. It's happening again. Trend line test. All right? We'll watch out for that. Gold. XAUUSD has been in an uptrend, and now the short-term trend is it's actually still trying to hold on to this uptrend, because we go higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, just barely a higher high right there. So possible bullish targets to the upside, 1800, maybe every $25 target. Okay, 1825, 1850, because it looks like it can possibly try to reach 1825 on the top side, upside. Now, if we consolidate or come down, if it consolidates, let's say, and comes back into some kind of trading range, this red middle line, okay, 1712, that would be a huge bear break, but it's possible, right? Even if it comes back down there, it's still higher than these supports on the left side. So, but we just broke out of a consolidation range, so it would be strange to go back into a consolidation range. You know what I mean? So actually, the most near target is 1750 right here. Do you see that? Because with charts, we have to have some kind of imagination based on experience. If it breaks out here, it's probably going to retest here. And then if all assets keep going up in the next month or two, the next obvious target would be up here, like 1800. Okay? If this support test fails, then we're going down to 1720. All right. Okay, just very quickly, dollar currency index. I like to, again, use this as sentiment psychology indicator. How afraid are people? I would say right now people are moderately afraid. This is the March, the worst of the first wave corona pandemic. People are very afraid, so they sold all their stocks and then the dollar went up. They want their cash. Okay? Then when people are a little bit more bullish, less afraid, the cash index is going to go down. Now we have a little bounce up right now, so nobody knows what's happening. But again, technically, there's almost this double top, okay? So when there's a double top, there's a little bit more weight pulling it down to the downside, okay? So we just watch out for these support levels, 96, 98, 97. Okay, it's just stuck in between there right now. So we have to imagine, are we going to do this, higher highs, higher lows? Are we going to break out of here? We're going to get stuck in this consolidation range? Or are we going to break down like that? Breakdown would mean bullish for the market. Upside breakout would mean bearish. Okay, it's like an opposite inverse correlation. Okay, moving on. Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin again is in this kind of consolidation range, losing momentum. Because think about it, when things go upstairs and all of a sudden go sideways, what do you think is more likely to happen? Maybe this, right? It's not going to crash down to zero probably, but what I'm saying is definitely we can see right here, support, okay? Support. This first line, support right there. There's another support here, immediate support here, resistance here, resistance, resistance. Now that we box the price in, that's what I like to do. Contain the chaos, box it in, then let the price show me the evidence of what direction we are going in and the trend. All right, if you really look really closely, yes, it was uptrend, then it stopped. It stopped. Then it went consolidation. This was happening, right? But then see that? Break down under the triangle. That's never good. That's never good. If you're a bull, that's never good. Why? Because now it's testing this as resistance. What could fail? We have to have some imagination based on experience. boom, if this happens and nobody wants to buy anymore, demand falls, price falls. Boom, then we get rejected. Then people, I bet you people are going to buy here. Everyone's looking at 6,000 Bitcoin as like the ultimate no FOMO position, right? But if something good happens in the market, yeah, it's Bitcoin. So yeah, of course we can go up in an uptrend like that. But right now, the weight of the evidence is people are losing steam. And I was talking to one of my partners about this, is what's better right now, the stock market or crypto? Honestly, if you think about it, everyone went to the stock market to do stocks and options, right? Nobody cares about crypto right now. Nobody cares about crypto. Everybody cares about cash and stocks and options and futures and shorting. People care about that, right? About cash. Right now, people don't care as much about crypto. All right, I could have a whole 1 hour speech about this, but we'll just move on with that. All right, we just want to watch this, okay? Be careful of that, Bitcoin. All right, last two, US oil. All right, so what I was saying last time is, looks like this double top, okay, the M right here, recover. But again, it's tightening. Looks like there's a third trend line developing right there. Do you see that? Trend lines. You don't always have to have just one trend line, okay? It could be multiple trend lines, all right? But we have to get some horizontal support and resistance. Resistance first, 29.35. Support, 27, 25.47, 24. Also up here, 32.76 and 32. All right, so now that we got the price all boxed in, there's another pattern I can kind of see. Let's see, if we do this and then this, do you see that? So again, where are the targets? Well, we could bounce around in here just a little bit more, test this resistance up here, right? Or maybe test the support, break down from the support, do that. So, okay, so some clear scenarios. If for bullish, all right, we might need to break out of here, $30, maybe test this back down at 29, and if the uptrend is true, we're going to hold and go up. If it's not, we're going to break down to 27, bounce around to 28, break down to 26, and then a downtrend ensues. All right. I doubt oil is just going to get stuck like this. I doubt it. There's too many players in the oil space, in the oil industry, that, you know, it's not going to go nowhere, the price. The price has to move. But it's tightening if you think about it. July, August. Might see some action happening on this date range over here. Okay, UNG ETF, natural gas. All right, so last time I was saying that natural gas is in a downtrend for this year. Okay, it didn't go all the way down to my support targets in the $8.50 to $8 range, but it did stop here at $9. So there is a clear battle between the bears and the bulls. Also, there's a relationship to futures and options, but I'm just going to call it bears and bulls. Okay, so bears, sellers, they were able to short and sell this market, this ETF, down 4 days. Then they have to stop at some point, close their position. They have to cover the position. They have to buy. Okay? Then it was short squeeze. Then aggressive bulls and day traders came back into the market and said, you know what? Time to short squeeze. We're going to win. We're going to make money. Bulls said buy that morning, pre-market. Then boom, goes up 10%. All right, possible upside down head and shoulders forming on United States Natural Gas, UNG ETF. Remember, it's an ETF. All right. If this is a true inverse head and shoulders, we need to see the break of this neckline, a test, and the continuation of the uptrend in price. All right. So the upside target would be 1085 and 1150. These targets, maybe 1140. All right. But again, it's the pandemic, so anything's possible. You don't really want to trust natural gas too close. Energy bulls, energy bears, you don't want to trust them. They're just play and manipulate the market. Because they know these two, USO and UNG, is the ultimate trick for retail. Okay? Meaning that the institutions use USO and UNG to trick all the regular retail traders. All right? So don't get sucked into the trap. Don't get manipulated by the institutions. Okay? So just in case somebody's trying to trick retail traders, what I'm saying is be careful of the downside target. Okay, if this fails and turns into another downtrend, Then look for 975, 943, 850, 8 as bottom support. But we have to watch this pattern. We'll see. All right, so please remember to click subscribe, hit that like button, turn on notifications for new videos. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great week.